Hey everyone, so again with this video, I started this in March. Keyword is started. I will explain later what happened. It's amazing, really. It's the best thing that ever happened to me. I'm joking, but I learned a lot from it. This is what I consider my first like big job because well, I mean, brakes are brakes. You get used to them the more you do them, and I ended up doing that for this car as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video, and tomorrow's video though, that one is gonna be sick. Let me give you guys a sneak peek right now. Nah, you guys ain't seeing anything till tomorrow. You gotta wait. Trust me, it is worth it. It is probably like one of the best things I've done so far, and it's such a simple mod. The only thing I will give you guys is this: if you can make from it what it is, then well, guess what I did to it. All right, so there's your only hint. You guys should pretty much already know what I just showed you, and if you follow my Instagram, or if you're one of my close friends, then you definitely know what this is. I've been advertising it like crazy. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed this video, and be prepared for tomorrow's. Hey guys, this is gonna be my second video. I'm gonna be replacing both front wheel bearings from my 2008 Audi A4 Quattro. How I diagnosed that the bearings went bad was when you're driving, there's gonna be this like knocking noise, and I also had to jack up the car, and then if you're able to push the wheel side to side, that means you'll know that the bearings are worn and you need to replace them. I'll put a clip right now of what I was talking about, the knocking noise. So if you have any of those problems, then you'll know that you need to replace the front wheel bearings. So let's get started. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna need to do is you're gonna need to take off the Audi center cap. You can either do that with the 90-degree pick tool or the tool that Audi gives you. I already went ahead and did that beforehand. Now what you're gonna need to do is loosen the lug bolts, and then after you loosen the lug bolts, before you jack up the car, since it's already on the ground, it's gonna make it easier, because once it's in the air, the hub is going to be spinning. It's going to be hard to loosen the axle bolt. So with a 17mm Allen socket, you're going to loosen the axle bolt with a breaker bar, and then you can lift up the car and continue from there. So I'm going to do that for you right now. Okay, once you've done that on both sides, you can jack up the car. I'm just gonna put them on jack stands to make them easier, so I can just work on both sides, one after another. All right, so I have both sides on jack stands now. And what you're gonna do after this is take off the wheel speed sensor. It's on the back of the caliper, and then you're gonna take off the whole caliper as an assembly and then hang it up with a bungee cord or anything you have, just to get it out of the way, because we're gonna be working on the back of the spindle to take off the bearings. And also you might need to take this off with a T25 Torx screw. So I'm gonna sit you guys down and then we'll get started. It's actually been it's been a few days since I've started this project, because it's been raining a lot the past few days. I also got busy with school and work, but during that time I started on the passenger side off camera, and I've gotten everything off, but I'm still working on getting the bearing to come out. So after you get the rotor off, it's just the hub. And I've already removed everything else, but the bearing itself, as you can see, is practically welded on due to all the corrosion. This car is over 100,000 miles, and from 2008, so it's been a while. So I might have to get a slide hammer. Assemblies where you just put the lug bolts on here and then you have to yank them out. So I'll probably get that within another day or so. But for right now, I'll show you guys how to get to that part on this side. Alright, so first you're gonna take off, what is this? The caliper as an assembly. There's these two 21 millimeter bolts at the top and the bottom of the caliper. So once you just loosen them out, you take off the caliper and you just get some bungee cords and tie them up because you're going to be working on the back of the spindle. So let's get started. Also, before you do this, I actually forgot, you're gonna take off the wheel speed sensor. It's right here. It's a 5mm Allen bit, and just give me a minute. I'm gonna take it off right now. Don't do that. So the head just came off. So don't do what I just did and cause more problems. Okay, so there are two 12mm triple square bits. I mean, there's four, sorry. Two on the bottom and then two on the top. When you put these in, make sure that it is seated in properly because triple square bits are very easy to strip, and you don't want to make your life more difficult by doing that. So if the hub is spinning, as you're loosening the bolt, just put the axle bolt back in the middle and hammer it so it can get released. Alright, hey everyone. So it's been about a month since I've started this project. I have been putting it off a lot. So I got most everything off on both sides of the car in about a week and a half, and the only thing that I got stuck on was the hub and the bearing were basically welded onto the spindle because they're two different metals. The spindle is aluminum. I don't know what the bearing is made out of, but the car is over 100,000 miles. It's been 11 years. Basically is welded on even though the bolts are off. At first I got a slide hammer in hopes that the bearing would come off with the hub, but when I did it, the hub separated from the bearing. So now the last part of the bearing is just stuck onto the spindle and I have to chisel it out. So this is just one of those things where you just gotta keep going at it until it comes off. Just want to get this done. I've already done everything else. Now it's just the annoying part of just you gotta keep going at it until it comes off. All right, so today is December 1st, 2020. Almost the end of the year, but I ended up finishing this project on October 2nd, 2020. It was literally just sitting outside my house on jack stands for months. Everyone was asking me, when is it gonna be done? All my neighbors, if I had friends over, when I looked at it, just giving up hope on anything at all. But I ended up picking up the project again in August. So long story short, I could not chisel it out. I had to buy 2 new steering knuckles for both sides. And well, at first I thought it was going to be an easy job when they arrived, but turns out the pinch bolt that holds the steering knuckle to the upper control arms was frozen in on both sides. You can get where this frustration comes from. But yeah, so the left side I ended up getting out with an air gun, and I didn't record like any of this. There's only like one clip. Well, I'll insert it right there. And that's actually not me using the air gun. That is me trying to drill it out with an impact gun. And I basically just stopped recording since I already gave up. I just really wanted it to get over with. And so the left side came out after I used the air gun, and I already got everything set up. And then, what do you know? Another problem. The boots of the lower control arms, they popped, so all the grease came out. And like, obviously I went the cheap route. I ordered new boots, and there's like 2 lower control arms, one that goes up and then one that goes down. For the one that goes up, I got the boot on it just fine, but the one that points down, I did not. So after that, I ended up ordering that control arm for both sides, because it was a headache. And then after I finished the left side, I went over to the right, and yep, the pinch bolt was frozen in. But this time it was even worse, because the bolt actually just broke in half, which okay, anyways, I got 2 new upper control arms, so that way I just took it off from the strut itself. And then I installed the new control arms and the steering knuckle. And then basically from there, everything got patched up, and that's when I finally started driving the car again. So yeah, that's the whole explanation. It's like the longest year of my life, just staring at like this piece of junk. Yes, it's a piece of junk. I don't know why my dad bought this. Anyways, towards the end, after I basically just replaced the whole front end steering components, I ended up getting drilled and slotted rotors for all four sides. And yeah, once those were installed, I have been dailying the car ever since. And I'm going to do a maintenance overhaul video coming soon. But yeah, I'm going to link the videos that I referenced and like anything else that I used to finish this project. It was one of the longest, most dreadful things that I've ever done, and I really don't want to ever do that again. But well, it was a good experience, and I'm going to do a before and after of what it was with the faulty bearings and what it sounds like driving with the new bearings. So I'll show that right now. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.